Before, children used to go to the mining areas and they would carry heavy sand, heavy soil, and along the way some children would be attacked by wild animals. They were also at risk of being abused by wrong people. And second, children also were at risk of hunger. They would stay there the whole day without anything to eat. We've been working with the education office, with the community-based services, the probation officer, the community development officer, the labor officers, and they've been able to sensitize the parents on effects of child labor, dangers of child labor, and the parents have been able to respond by withdrawing their children willingly and brought them back to school.
We have been able to engage private sector, business communities, local government, and also working with ministry officials, especially Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development in the Department of Child Labor, to influence local bylaws which has been passed, like for Morita and Rupa Sub-County, to also input into the national policies where we aim to protect children and also ensure that children are not engaged in child labor.
So far we have worked with 2 mining companies here in Uganda, that is Sunbelt and Karamoja. And then we have Angaro and University of East Africa in Nakapulupre district. So these companies have been trained on child labor laws. They have been trained on code of conduct, and having been trained, they have been able to develop their own code of conduct and display it in their different premises. So with that success, we are happy to say they no longer employ children in these mining companies.
People are now aware that child labor is against the laws of the government of Uganda, and it's something that is not accepted, and it's something that should not be done. A child is supposed to go to school. Child labor in itself has negative impacts on children. Children drop out of schools. Children are exposed to more dangers while in the mining places. There is no food to eat. They are not in good shelter. They're exposed to diseases. Yet in some of the mines, we just have mobile clinics that visit. We have no health facilities.
I was the one of those children who was brought back from the mining areas. I was in Nakaba. Life was very hard from there. When you get sick, no help. Even my cousin brother died. He was covered on the hole by soils and soil stones. We couldn't even manage to get him from the hole. We left him from there. Some months later, I also get accident. I was carrying a heavy stones to come back from the mountain. I fell down, then my hand get broken. Many children died from the mining areas. Others are sick. They have chest pains, others back pains, others their wounds from the legs, even others hands broken.
Children that are at adolescent youth age, we enroll them for skilling program. That takes about 3 to 6 months for them to gain their knowledge in the different enterprises that they have selected, and then they're able to practice. And we aim to give them a decent job and a promising life for self-existence and for self-sustainability.
When those people of Save the Children came, they took me to the course of tailoring. We went there for 3 months. We graduated and we came back. From there, they gave us tailoring machines and some things to start the business. When I started my business, I saw myself changing. I even started saving in groups. I even started coming to school.
At that time, work nurture business entered in the community. They identified the parasocial workers, and of course they were capable of going to withdraw the children from their mines. And then now, when we saw that these children should not stay again in the community like that, we had to say that we need to get to set up a school. So now there, the children were enrolled in school and they started learning. As we sensitize the children, the parents also, the dangers of child labor.
It is now like a law in the community that children should be in what? In school. Apart from that, Save the Children has also put up a structure, a 2-classroom block, but they are still what? Expanding. So this 2-classroom block is supposed to, it is housing the children. And now the education department has reinforced by posting there the teachers.
My parents are happy when I am in school. I am also happy in school because I'm making another new friends in school. We play with them, we join Young Farmers Club from sports. Even the activities in school, I participate in them. When I finish school, I want to become a doctor. That's why my subjects, I like 2 subjects. I like science and English.
The children are learning, and of course even the behaviors of the children are now changing, because by then the children really had the moral behaviors, but now they have moral behaviors. We normally do psychosocial support. We also give things of ball games to refresh their mind. And of course in the child-friendly phase, we also do a lot there.
For us as district leaders, we are ready and willing to continue posting teachers to those respective schools. The only thing is that as a district, we should now lobby to expand the wage bill so that we recruit more teachers. But we are ready to post teachers to those particular community schools that have started with Save the Children. That one, we have the will, we shall support it.
In Moroto specifically, they've been in Nanjidik, they've been in Nakabat and Kosiroi. And here they've done tremendous work on the area of supporting households, on the area of working on the bylaws, on the area of encouraging children to get to schools and strengthening families. They've also strengthened our sub-counties on the area of system strengthening. The sub-county councils have endeavored their people to come up with bylaws. And like for instance in Rupa, they also came up with bylaws through still the support of Work No Child's Business and Save the Children. And we've tried in a number of times to popularize these bylaws and also do the enforcement of these bylaws. But still in the same line, we've also done awareness creation, we've done sensitizations within the communities on the dangers of child labor within the mines, and also gone ahead to sensitize through the radios on the area of child labor. That's why you realize that one sub-county like Lotisan came up with an initiative, first of all, to avoid young children from carrying charcoal, from carrying firewood, but to organize most of them to get to school.
This project has withdrawn a total of 1,398 children who have gone through the child-friendly spaces for psychosocial support. So from the child-friendly spaces, the children have made up their minds whether to join formal schooling or to join informal sector. And the formal schooling includes primary schools, and those who are unable to join schools at the age of 5 to 14, they're being integrated into community schools. So far we have 80 youths who enrolled and graduated from vocational training institutes. And from the 80 youths, we have a record through the tracer study, 48 of them are in decent environment.
Mainly, we work with the police, we work with the Community Development Services Department, we work with the RDC's office, we work with the COW's office. Yeah, as stakeholders, because we really monitor together. We implement together, we monitor together, we plan together, and we live together. So I think there is a high level of engagement of our partners because first of all, we have that mandate. And we also think that if we are not there, they will be able to sustain what is being done.
We have recently developed an exit strategy to map out the different actors who are able to roll on the strategy when the project comes to an end. For example, we have built a capacity of 43 community-based parasocial workers who work hand in hand with the local government at the sub-county and the community leaders to identify the child protection cases, to be able to handle them and refer appropriately to government. And knowing that government is there to stay, we really believe this is one way to sustain the intervention. Secondly, we also have the male champions, who are actually the ambassadors of change, the cultural norms and behavioral changes within the community. And we are actually advocating and working very closely with the local government to ensure that some of the actions relating to ending child labor is actually incorporated into the sub-county and district development plan, which I believe will be aligned to the National Development Plan 3. And the other thing that we are also continuing to do is to create up an alliance and collaboration with other stakeholders, CSOs, and other actors of interest to be able to take on the same role, to be able to support the government capacity to be able to say no to child labor.